Welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. I'm DJ Impact. We got all the Vegas Bad Boys here with you, and welcome to the show. If you're watching us live, we always ask throw comments in as you see fit, and we will try to get them in. And we thank you for joining us. You can join us every Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube Live, Twitch Live, or on Facebook Live. All right, so with that, fellas, we're gonna get the show going. It's good to see all of you. It looked like we made it through the NFL draft that has took place in our city, closed down our streets, and have all types of fans in town. So hopefully, you major football guys like some of your picks and maybe see a possibility of winning the championship for next season. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get right into it with our four-way stop. All right, always love to start with Sin City Steve. Tell us, man, what was your highlights for the week?
All right, man. So Scorpio Sky is your new AEW TNT champion after defeating Sammy Guevara in a ladder match on Dynamite. We had some innovative offense by both guys. A key moment in the match was Sammy going for a Phoenix Splash, not landing anywhere near close to Sky. Thankfully, Sky was able to stick out an arm and prevent Sammy from landing on his fucking head and breaking his neck. Yeah, it looked terrible. We had some Dan Lambert and Ty Conti interaction, Ty kicking Dan in the balls. That, of course, brought out Paige Van Zant. Sky hit a pretty sweet cutter on Sammy after Sammy tried to vault from one ladder to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sky broke out the barbed wire ladder, which was some innovation right there in itself. A couple of barbed wire spots. Then, before you know it, Scorpio Sky is pulling down the belt to win the championship. Let's just hope that he keeps the title for longer than 22 days this time. Okay,
right. Yeah.
Elsewhere, CM Punk versus Hangman Page is now official for AEW Double or Nothing live from here in Las Vegas. I have my tickets. I will be there, and I will be marking out, of course.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Hangman was not on Dynamite this week as he popped positive for COVID. So I think we will see a new champion, though, nonetheless, here in Vegas on the 29th.
That's what's up.
The promo that Punk cut was actually it was pretty cool to see. I can't really remember the last time that I saw a walk and talk kind of a promo as Punk circled around the ring. So good stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad he did that because I got really confused for a moment watching that. He was sitting at the commentary table and they started talking about a match, the match between him and Hangman, and like he didn't say anything. CM Punk. It was just quiet. I'm like, are you not going to say anything while the guys are talking about a match you're going to be in and you're sitting at the commentary table? But then it comes to find out, oh, he was waiting to grab the mic and walk down. So, all right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, good stuff there. Look like Simon Street's got some issues going over there. Let me go over to you, Matt Michaels. What highlights do you have for the week?
Well, it certainly isn't what Steve said. We can.
I miss you too, Michaels.
I'm just saying, if that's what entertains you, I got a pair of keys I can rattle for 2 hours and be just about as entertained. Solo versus Trick Williams, hell of a showing for both of those guys. Great idea, getting Solo some action against guys who are not the top, tier guys right now. Raw's main event, that 4-on-4 match, that was wonderfully put together. And boy, talk about a lot of talent in that ring. And then also, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
So, 7 out of 8 ain't bad. RIP to Sam Smothers, who was literally smothered by Veer. She's just so sad to see you come and go, Sam, whoever
Yeah.
you are. Uh, Paul Heyman demanding that 6-man tag was wonderfully executed. Again, you just look at how something as simple as a backstage segment that actually feels real, as opposed to uh, putting a fucking microphone in someone's face and trying to say tell us this, tell us that. It's
Mhm.
like Paul Heyman is the genius at doing that. So you can't go wrong there. And overall, um, I got to say, again, once again, the whole the whole thing that Sami Zayn has been doing, and to see it culminate in that cage match, um, I just wish Sammy would have bested somehow Drew, you know, uh, to make him look like he was smarter than Drew.
Right. Got that. All right, no doubt. Simon Street, you're back, man. Tell us what were your highlights for the week?
Definitely my highlights for the week, and is going to put a smile on Sin City Steve's face, was AEW Dynamite. I got a chance to finally watch it. And let me tell you, solid show from start to fucking finish. Even though the last match was a little, could have worked some work, but it's still exciting. Definitely, got a chance to watch Raw, the 20-year celebration of Randy Orton, all the accolades and everything. That really made me feel good. I'm always a big fan of giving roses while they're here. Don't just wait until they're ready to get injured or go into the Hall of Fame. So I thought that was really cool. Again, seeing Natalya as many times as I can a week. I swear she must be listening to the show, because what she be wearing totally be getting skimpier and skimpier. I didn't even know she had all of that up in the front. I was like, all right, girl, you bad as hell. Even had her hair done a little bit. But overall, SmackDown was really good. I got a chance to listen a little bit what Matt was talking about. Completely agree as well. I was actually looking really forward to that cage match. Was it just me, or did it seem like that cage was a little extra small when Drew McIntyre came in? That motherfucker is just tall. It didn't even look like a cage for a second. I felt like it was a lot larger maybe, but it was very much that. It was an entertaining match from start to finish. That's pretty much my highlight of my 4-way stop.
No doubt. Just to add, you guys said quite a bit of some of mine. The Randy Orton, I enjoyed the 20th, the montage that they ran of him. That was great. The Westlake promo, I was glad to see that, because I was kind of almost thinking he was going to either disappear or he was just going to really become like a jobber. And I'm like, this guy got a lot of talent. Please don't do that to him, okay? I've already told Sin City that get the word over to Tony Khan that when Dante Martin's contract is up, we'll take him over in NXT. We'll team him up with Westlake, and boom, we got a power duo tag team. So I'm gonna keep wishing for that.
Wishing one hand, shit in the other.
Okay, yeah.
What would you call that team?
I don't know, man.
Oh man, you should have came up with a name if you already had this vision.
It would just be an awesome team, I tell you that. Moose versus Josh Alexander, they had their rematch for the Impact World title. Definitely wasn't as good as the championship match that they had on pay-per-view, but it was still great to see an end of that. Now, of course, the way it worked, whoever win that match, they was going to have a secret contender that Scott D'Amore was just going to bring out. And at the very end, when Josh Alexander maintained being champion, we got Tomohiro Ishii. So, you know what? I really don't know what to think of it, just because I've seen a few of Ishii matches as of late. And, I think we had a guy last week, Steve, that even commented that he didn't necessarily look as great the following week with his match with Adam Cole. So I don't know what to think of this, to be honest with you. I think I already know that, Josh is going to come out the winner, but is it going to be a good match?
Wait. Didn't Josh Alexander wrestle him in Vegas? Didn't we already see that?
I don't know. Did we see that? I don't remember. I don't recall that being.
Wasn't that on one of the Impact tapings? Who the hell was the Japan
No,
dude?
that was Minoru Suzuki.
Not
Fuck if
Michaels.
I
Come
know.
on, man.
No,
Shame.
seriously, dude. They
Come on,
put them
Michaels.
side by side. I wouldn't be able to point them out in a
Oh
fucking
my
line.
God. Where's my shame? Give me my
Wow.
shame.
He on
What?
the roll real early though.
It's the truth. What, do you fucking want me to lie? It's true. I can't tell which fucking old man Japanese dude is who.
Shame.
Especially because they're not actually in the companies. So you expect me to know who the fuck these guys are? It took me 3 years to find out who fucking Trent Beretta is.
Oh my God. Okay. Sammy and Truth Cage match. I enjoyed that too. They apparently that's going to need to be in a Hell in a Cell, not an open cage for Sami Zayn, because he's going to figure out a way to get out. Shayna Baszler and Naomi. I enjoyed that match as well. I'm gonna tell you, man, do what you need to do to get Shayna being the badass that she is. I'm really, I'm really hoping that this happens sometime soon before I see them giving up and letting somebody go who is, I think, one of the badass women that's in their company today. So I hope they figure it out. But it was a great match. And the last one I want to mention, and you'll get a kick out of this, Sin City, I decided to watch, that I have access, New Japan. And there was a New Japan Cup going on between Zack Saban Jr. Versus Tatsu Nato. And that ended up going to Zack Saban Jr. Now, I that was my first time watching a full match from New Japan. It's definitely different from everything that I've, have watched in wrestling. I will tell you that the match actually wasn't bad. I can see why somebody would want to give them 4 and 5-star matches. I didn't necessarily think that match was that, but I thought it was really good. Zach is a submission kind of god in many ways. He did one. We was doing a submission hold on Nato on the ropes. I never seen that ever. I never seen a submission done while he's on the third rope, and how he had it done. I can't remember a time that I have seen that. Anyways, great stuff. And yes, Zach is your New Japan Cup, and he looked like he called out the IWGP champion Okada. So something to look forward to right there, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right.
You're
I know
speaking Japanese. I don't understand what the hell you just said.
Well, then just shut the fuck up, eat the sushi.
All right, here we go. Too Sweet for the week. All right, I'm gonna start with you this time, Simon Street. What was too sweet for the week for you?
Man, too sweet for the week for me. Like I said earlier, come out of AEW Dynamite. Y'all really must have known your boy was watching AEW Dynamite this week because they pulled out all the stops. Not really. But what was fire was how the show started with the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament qualifier. Dax Harwood versus Cash Wheeler. Motherfucker, goddamn. That shit was cool. There's nothing more that I love than watching it done correctly. When you have two partners who are tag teams religiously go against one another and they showcase how much they know each other by the back of their hand, how much are they able to counter each other, and how much of it is just like you could tell like they both wanted this. It meant a lot to the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament qualifier match. It showed just how important that was. I didn't know too much other than what, was basically already known, but they would have shown, if I had not known anything about the Owen Hart Foundation men's qualifier or the tournament in general, I wouldn't have thought nothing of it. I'm like, all right, cool. But these two guys put it all out there, man. And it was really, really good. Like counter after counter, they was getting frustrated at each other. And it was almost like seeing two brothers fight, which to me, I really like these type of matches. And man, did they blow me away. Literally, I couldn't even put it down. Even went back, rewind a couple of things. So that was my too sweet for the week. Wish the shit could have happened twice.
No doubt. For I'll jump in here. My too sweet Edge entrance with Damian Priest. My God, that was fire. You had a moving platform with Edge sitting on the throne and Damian just right on the side. Dude, I love that entrance. God, I was marking out on that. I mean, just watching just how slow that this platform was moving forward and Edge sitting and watching Damian. That's great. I love it. Keep that shit going. I gotta say, Scorpio Sky defeating Sammy Guevara. I did see that match. I thought that was a really good match, and it's good to see that Scorpio Sky once again is the TNT champion. So let's see how long he holds that. Shouts out to the Swerve and Darby Allin match. I hate to say it, but I gotta give it. Swerve did something where he did. I know.
Why do you gotta hate to say it?
Because that's back to back there, what's going on. But he did some flip over the rope and somehow landed
right on his feet. Mm-hmm.
Not on his feet, he landed on his arms, his arms while he's outside on top of the ring. I can't even explain it, but it was dope. The match overall, I gotta give props to. I really enjoyed that match. I just want to shout out Xavier Woods. Apparently, he must understand that Fox News don't really understand a lot of culture. So when he called Sheamus and said, "You're like the resident thought," I just love that line right there because I'm sure it went past a lot of people, but I thought that was great. And Fox didn't think of wait, what is that? That must be okay to just call somebody because that's like the worst thing you could probably call a person. Okay, so shout out to that. But that was my too sweet for the week. All right, let me go over to you, Sin City. What was your too sweet?
Well, first off, I got some keys that I can jingle for you. In fact,
because
clearly you're amused by that stuff too. So, anyway, yeah, as was already mentioned, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler went out. They had an amazing technical wrestling match. I'll say that again. Amazing technical wrestling match to kick off Dynamite. One thing that was really interesting is, of course, this was the Owen Hart Foundation tournament qualifying match. Go back and watch Bret Hart versus Owen Hart from WrestleMania 10. That was a match that also kicked off the show that it was on. And you could probably put the two matches on side by side, and you will spot numerous occasions where they lifted spots and or took spots from that match and brought them into 2022. So extremely well done by both guys. Too sweet for the week to Alex Abrahantes for no longer looking like Emperor Palpatine. That was awesome. So hopefully he's back to living among the realm of the living. And to echo your point, Impact, Darby Allin and Swerve Strickland, fantastic opener on Rampage. These two guys know each other extremely well. They came from the same territory in the Pacific Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
And this definitely won't be the last time that they cross paths in AEW. There was a suplex spot to the floor that was a really rather large thud as well. So Swerve suplexed Darby from the ring apron to the floor. Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, Matt Michaels, what you got?
Nauseation and vomit almost induced feelings, basically, from listening to the past 4 minutes. Jesus. No, I mean, the only good thing that I can take from all this is Asuka's back. All right? That's it. Period. Asuka is back. We've been waiting months, and she decided the NFL draft is in my city. I'm going to get the fuck out of there and go work. So that's all it took to get Asuka back into the fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm going to just say that's the highlight, seeing Asuka back.
Yeah, no doubt that it was great to see her. I'm surprised you wasn't shocked to see Mustafa Ali. I thought you would be excited to
I
see him.
was I was surprised to see Mustafa Ali because I thought that he
Wait,
wanted out of his contract.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Mustafa. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
wait, wait,
Mustafa.
wait, wait. We're not
Mustafa.
talking about surprises. We're not talking about, oh my God. We were talking about the best stuff of the week. Mustafa Ali coming back is nowhere near the best stuff of the week. So,
Oh
Well,
boy.
he was definitely more exciting than the NFL draft presentation in Las Vegas during the day.
Oh boy. Well,
That's
look,
for another show, not for this show.
Clearly, you're not happy with who the Saints drafted.
yeah.
No. It wasn't the draft picks. It was just the presentation with the visuals of the backdrop of during the day city. Let's put it this way. Las Vegas nightlife is kind of like your girl. She don't want to be seen during the day or when she first wake up in the morning, you taking pictures. She want to make sure she all dolled up. Las Vegas looks great dolled up at night. Why do we do the draft during the day? But hey, we're not here to talk about that shit. We're here to talk about wrestling.
All right, and let's get right to that. All right, WTF. Why don't we start with you, Matt Michaels, this time? What do you got?
let's see. Let's start off with Lashley versus Omos. Yawn for Lashley, for fuck's sake.
Oh boy.
Who cares about those two at this point? Let Omos go do something else. You're gonna fucking destroy him by building up your baby face. He doesn't need to be built up. And what the fuck? Do I have to watch Shanky wrestle at all? Jesus Christ. I mean, seriously. And Ricochet, the problem is Ricochet is so much smaller and Shanky is not good. So unlike a guy like the Big Show who can work a small guy, yeah, fucking Shanky needs to be released. And Jinder can go with him for all fucking I got.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe MJF can bring those guys in to fucking job out to Wardlow. Like your boy W Morrissey is going to have to do next week, DJ.
Oh, fuck.
Basically.
Whoopie fucking do.
Oh, well, is what it is.
And along those lines, way to ruin Lance Archer's career, guys. AEW, congratulations. That is fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
So glad you guys are on top of it all. Let's see. Yeah. So Samoa Joe carries Trent Beretta, okay? And makes Trent look like a halfway decent wrestler. And they go and they shake hands, and he gets the feel of Ring of Honor, even though he's defending a television title for a show that has no television. I guess it's legit. And, you look at that match, and then they fucking once again bring out the fucking I don't even know what the fucking basketball fucking Indian dude's name is. For all I care right now, I'm dubbing him Muhammad Kali. That would be the easiest way to remember this guy, because his matches won't be memorable and his presence is not memorable. And way to have Jay Lethal just fucking, you really just flush his fucking career down the toilet as well. So they're doing a good job with Lance Archer and with Mr. Lethal. That's wonderful to see. You all fucking licked the ass of Sammy and Scorpio for a match that made no fucking sense. Why is this going on? Why did you have him drop the title if you're going to have him get the title? Fuck. You know what? Do storylines. Do actual storylines. Do something that's entertaining. Not just fucking, okay, well, you know what? Let's put it back on Sammy. No, wait, let's put it back on Scorpio. Oh, and then this way they can use a barbed wire ladder, because the ladder by itself in the last match was already done. So what the fuck? Fuck that. Fucking move on. Get Lambert out of the fucking, just get him away from those guys. Why is Swagger not with Lambert? Just out of curiosity, put the fucking A guy with the MMA guy, but whatever. And then Darby over Swerve. Once again, what the fuck? Darby Allin over Swerve. Okay.
I agree on that one. I mean, I thought it was a good match, but I didn't see why Darby had to take.
At some point, the dad's got to come and get his fucking kid because he's been out trick-or-treating for 3 years now. That worries me, man. Stop fucking dressing up and playing wrestler, boy.
Wow. Wow.
You know what? Sin City, you go next. WTF of the week.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to lead it off with this just because, I will actually agree with something that Matt Michaels said, shockingly. We always talk about this guy or, girl not being used the right way or whatever. I alluded to it last week in this very segment. Lance Archer looked like the biggest damn geek this week, and it was ridiculous, man. It was a good visual having Wardlow powerbomb someone the size of Lance Archer 4 times. But still, man, this guy, you actually mentioned, you said the correct verbiage, Michaels. We're flushing his career down the toilet. And, I mean, he's too good to be where he is as a jobber to the stars in AEW. Elsewhere, Nikita Lyons versus Lash Legend.
I got to talk about that.
What a cluster fuck this was.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you know what? The thing is, both of these ladies will be better with more ring time. I have no doubt in my mind. But ultimately, I don't know why you would have a developmental show as a live show weekly. I don't get it. It just
ask AEW.
Funny. Anyway, Joe Gacy clearly got the Druid gimmick out of The Undertaker's in-character will.
Yes.
I mean, I mentioned it last week. I'm mentioning it this week.
It's an estate sale.
I don't even know why I'm still talking about this shit, but as long as he keeps, his parade of hooded figures coming to the ring at inopportune times and, doing whatever, I will keep mentioning Joe Gacy every week in this segment. I loved the character when it started. Now, what the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with that. Let me jump in here. The Lash Legends and Nikita Lyons, you're right. At least towards the middle to the end, there was that hope. But starting off, it was rough. The Irish whip. How do you not know that you're supposed to? I had to rewind that to make sure I got confused on what the fuck happened. Like, what happened in your mind at that point? Okay. By the way, I got another question too. Roxanne Perez, she bit Mandy. When is that okay? I thought that would be a DQ. I mean, you don't count a fine for biting somebody.
The referees are in developmental too.
I thought that was a little bit weird, but okay. I think this is a dumb match, and I'll probably talk about it when it hasn't happened. But this is going to be one, and it's the Deonna Purrazzo versus Mercedes Martinez for the ROH Women Champion on AEW, which automatically means that they're going to make Deonna lose. And I think that right there is going to be.
You think so?
A problem. I think so.
You think so?
I think so. I think they're ready to go ahead. Mr. Khan now has the rights of ROH. Why not go ahead and give that to Mercedes? And now Deonna is beltless. And what's the point for that? Okay. I don't know.
Deonna Purrazzo, that's the
plan. I was thinking it was going to be the other way around. To be honest with you, I thought it was going to be the other way around. Martinez is holding that belt for right now.
Yeah, but here's the problem. The problem is that Deonna had the belt. And then they went on pay-per-view and made a new ROH belt and decided it's like the fucking TNT title. Tony Khan is a fucking mark who doesn't know what he's doing. And that is a fact.
Yeah.
We need sources other than the trail of coke.
Hey, bye.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest at this point. We talk about it every week. Give me some sources.
His autobiography, Tony Khan, The Trail of Coke.
The very last.
By the way, did you guys see his picture at the fucking draft?
I did see that. That shit was funny. He's like,
he looked like
I'm here for the family. I'm here for the family.
Looked like the fucking day after.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why he was there. I was thinking
he's there to support the family. Why
I was thinking his father would go, now, son, I gave you some play money to go do this wrestling thing you're doing. So you go play with that, but you get out of the adult room, okay, while we handle real business.
It's not called the dope room. It's called the powder room. Okay.
The Jaguars have never been invited to the adult room, so Jesus.
But they got the first pick.
Yeah, I figured that's why he was there. That's the whole purpose of why he was there.
And then they're paying dude $37 million for a 4-year rookie contract and $24 million right up from the signing bonus. That's crazy.
Yep, and he's gonna be on AEW. I'm just joking, but it is a hell of a contract.
It's a contract.
It is a hell of a contract.
Don't be surprised if he shows up and takes the fucking TNT title within 6 weeks.
Only to drop it the next very week.
Yeah, to the basketball player from India.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, my last one.
Ali.
My last one. This whole Where is Butch? How the?
No, that shit was funny. That shit was funny.
Oh, no. Listen.
Nah, that shit was corny funny. I liked it.
Nah, I like some corny, but that's just absolutely ridiculous. Now they have no idea where Butch is. You know, he could be in Las Vegas. I think that was the comment that was said. For fuck's sakes. All right. Simon Street, what is your WTF for the week?
You know what? Real talk, man. Y'all are all three of y'all already said all my goddamn WTF, but you left one out. One that was actually that really happened that was pretty funny. You probably saw it on social media, posted all over. It was Thursday night's WWE live event in Newcastle. Bobby Lashley facing Drew McIntyre. Pretty much, you know, Drew McIntyre had, you know, basically did an Irish whip. And to Bobby Lashley, as Bobby Lashley was doing his Irish whip, something happened and basically the ropes popped, and Bobby Lashley went floop right over the top. And in grand style of these professionals, as usual, even though everybody's like, "What the fuck," they still went and got the match done for a great finish for a house show. Basically, that was the what the fuck that I would have had, but y'all already added it. Everything y'all said was right on. The Nikita Lyons was really hard to watch. I like Nikita Lyons, but this whole thing with her and Lashley, they need to separate them indefinitely for the show. Let them no longer have a rivalry, because it has been hard to watch from start to finish. From the kick where Lash Legend kicked her and Nikita Lyons in the face on a interview that happened where she was sitting down, it just is horrible. It's even horrible for NXT standards. I think both of them have the potential to be great talents. And this is not the way to do it. It was very sloppily done on NXT. The only other thing that I thought was kind of like, I will add to the Butch situation is yet again, what is the whole purpose of Butch? What is the purpose? He's just supposed to be this angry ass, anger management needing kid that's just upset with the world because his ass is skinnier and smaller than everybody else in the playground. And he's just upset. Squeezed a little juice box, didn't even get a chance to take a sip, pissed off because somebody shit in his goddamn pudding cup. Like what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck is going on? So that to me is going to be the what the fuck probably for next week, because it sucks because, you know, the person who's playing Butch is a renowned talent. It should be treated with better respect. And I know that if he went to some other company, at least he wouldn't have been fucked. He might have been jobbed out possibly, but he wouldn't have been done this dirty. So there you go. That's my what the fuck for the week.
You're approaching it wrong though, and you have.
Please tell me how to approach it, because I don't understand how it's being approached.
No, approach it with this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a fucking hell of a job with what he's been asked to do.
Yeah,
and
but that's always
they don't get
WWE
enough
standard.
fucking credit. They don't get enough credit though. When they take shit and make it good.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, yes, he's doing the best what he got. All right. But let's take him out of the equation. And let's just say we gave that whole gimmick shtick and get that to DJ Impact. You mean to tell me if that fuck DJ Impact, not personally, but with this scenario, we give it to you, Matt Michaels, you're not going to be sitting there and looking at it on paper like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, but that's not the process. The process is hey, listen, there are many people, if you look at fucking pro wrestling, who have done some of the worst fucking gimmicks alive.
Of course. 3MB. Done well. 3MB. I hope he gets the 3MB payout.
There you go. Yeah. So
that's the only thing I could think of is shit. It's horrible.
All right.
Don't shit on it yet because of the fact that we don't know where Butch is even. Okay. We don't know if he comes back as Butch.
You know what? You're right. Thank you for sharing that perspective. You know what? You equally share that perspective with AEW. Don't shit on it yet because you really don't know what's going to come out.
No, I know what's coming out. I've seen it for 3 years.
Oh, gee. All right. Let's keep it going because we about to going to be running.
You're right.
What we looking out for? I'll be real quick. Champ has attacked Ali. Mustafa. I'm sorry. So I'm interested to see where that's going to go. Asuka and Becky, boy, that's going to be great. And by the way, shout out to Becky, man. She was just looking great. I'll just put it that way. It's a different. You don't necessarily see your WWE women. Most of the time, they're just all dolled up and everything. And she really just came out. I mean, her hair was short. I mean, different color. I like what she's doing. She's just showing that she's got all types of characters that she can do, and shout out to her. I'm loving it. The spring breaking and women's breakout tournament. So I'm interested to see where that at. Whenever I see Von Wagner, the only question I am asking myself is where's that hot woman? So I hope he understands that when I see him, I'm thinking, where is her? If I don't see her, I'm not interested in seeing him. So I just want him to know that. But I'm looking out for that. The last shout out I have, and I'm shouting this out just because, again, I look through a lens of me being a black male who like to see a lot of people. And I just want to give a shout out. The whole Jade Cargill with the baddies, and they were also going against, Sky Blue, Willow. What was her name? The other one,
Willow Nightingale, Trish Adora.
Yes,
Trish Adora.
So
you should know Trish Adora because we saw her over WrestleMania weekend versus
that's right.
Thunder Rosa.
Well, I just want to shout out because it was great to see women of color in that match. And my only gripe, if I have to say, is that it would be nice if Tony Khan can move some of my black brothers and sisters onto Dynamite, because I had Swerve start off first, I had the women start off next, and then I had Keith Lee come on next. So all I pretty much had for Dynamite as any representation was Scorpio Sky. So I would like to see just a little bit. I mean, can we be on the show that get 800,000 viewers and not 600,000 viewers? That's all I'm saying. Outside of that, though, that's what I'm looking out for to see what'll happen. Simon Street, I'm gonna go with you next, though. What are you looking out?
I'm looking out. This is the next time I get to see Jade Cargill in the baddies, because I was definitely glued to the TV on that one. Nah. But besides the fact that they all look good together and them fans is just something, it's actually a really cool thing to see. I like how, just across the board, they're really trying to push the trios thing. I noticed that from watching AEW, and they're doing it with females. It kind of sucks a little bit because that's going to be really hard to kind of keep up because we ain't got enough females for trios unless something didn't change on AEW's roster. But it was cool seeing them, and I liked it from start to finish, everything that they had. And I'm definitely looking for them, not just in the way they look, but the way that they kind of carry themselves. It's also, I feel it's a good look for Jade Cargill because I feel like, yeah, she's done a lot of things. And yeah, she's still kind of green. She's getting better with every week. But I still feel like this is a good carryover for her to get into something, in the meantime, as she continues to grow. But if they can come out with a equally, 3-trio tandem to go up against Jade Cargill and the baddies, I will definitely tune in to watch. Definitely. Okay. So I'm looking forward to them.
Let's go over to you, Sin City, man. What you looking out for?
All right. So I'm sure that we're going to get some sort of a gimmick match for the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Kingston group. Maybe blood and guts. Jericho blowing the fireball in Kingston's face this week on Dynamite.
Mhm.
Santana and Ortiz attacking Jericho while Jericho is on commentary. It's spiraling toward a multi-man tag match. Why not throw it into a cage? Throw it in Double or Nothing. Why not? Elsewhere, Roxanne Perez will be the NXT Women's Champion before the end of 2022. And if not, quite frankly, there's something wrong. She is undoubtedly one of the brightest spots in that women's division and on the entire show. Period. End of story. And go figure. She's a fucking wrestler on a wrestling show. She's not a collegiate athlete that you're taking from another sport and throwing her into professional wrestling. No, she is a professional wrestler.
Yeah, too bad she doesn't have that TBS title. Oh.
Anyway, Serena Deeb has to be the match for Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing, right? I mean, what's next for Sheeta as well? I mean, we're gonna get to the bottom of that, see what's going on for those two ladies. And just to kind of put a button on the baddies thing, I definitely agree. The only thing that I think could make that stable even better is if you wait for a certain no compete to expire and you bring Stokely Hathaway in to manage the baddies. Sign me up for that.
Okay, all right. I feel you, Matt Michaels.
Well, I hope they don't use Stokely. Give him a little better name.
That was his name on the Indies.
I know, but give him a little something.
Yeah.
But I don't put him with them. I take Jade away from them. Jade, putting, like you said, 3 people together that are women makes no fucking sense in this company. Have more women in, have more women who can compete. Right now, the reason that they're with Jade is to cover up the fact that she can't fucking wrestle yet. So that's pretty simple.
Exactly,
but you
right.
have him come in. You have him manage Swerve, Keith Lee, The Acclaimed, and Jade. There you go.
And we'll call him Malcolm B. Wright.
That's actually not bad. Malcolm B. Wright. I like that.
All right, cool.
Redo this song. That would be great too.
And not on Rampage, right? He got to be on Dynamite, right? And back.
There you go. All right. That's the show for me, Monday Night Raw. I enjoyed the show from top to bottom. I thought it was, first off, shout out to Randy Orton, someone I watched from the time that he joined the business all the way to now, and he's still killing it. And I'm just and I thought that was great that they at least gave him his moment. So I enjoyed the show. Let me go over to you, Sin City Steve. What was your best in show this week?
As if there was any doubt, AEW Dynamite was the best in show. I pretty much covered the entire show. But it was a very, very solid show, top to bottom. The only thing that we didn't really talk about was the Blackpool Combat Club taking and destroying the factory with QT, Nick Camarado, and Aaron Solo. Which, it is what it is. But again, continuing to build them up. I love it. Continuing to build Wheeler Yuta. We said that they'd have to change his look. He'd have to change his music, everything about him. And lo and behold, they've done all of it. They've changed everything about the guy's character, and it works.
Awesome. Matt Michaels.
20 years, Randy Orton.
No doubt. And Simon Street.
I'm definitely going to go with Sin City Steve. Got a chance to watch AEW this week, both Rampage and AEW. Nothing changed with Rampage as much, but AEW definitely surprised me. Definitely solid show. I mean, one big highlight that I got into that I didn't get a chance to really talk about was the Philly street fight. I thought it was thorough, especially the fact that Serena Deeb, if you look at her Instagram, which I was following, big ass welt on there, and she rocked it. She didn't give a shit. She kept touching it. But again, I appreciate it. We don't give AEW enough credit whenever they are getting the dubs in the dub column. And for me, regardless of what Michael says, AEW was solid this week.
All right, no doubt. Everyone, thank you for listening and hanging out with us. We ask you that if you are hanging out with us, we're going to jump right back on as we're going to start our 3 count. The topics you see are scrolling below. So we got some really good topics, including some of the releases that happened this week, this past week. So we're going to talk all about it. So definitely jump back on. If you download the podcast, thank you for doing that. We appreciate that. And make sure you download Tuesdays as well for 3 count. 3 count. So with that, we will see you next time. Till then, take care. Happy wrestling. Peace.